I'm Dr. Tranquility. I welcome you to the show. We have another exciting episode. Those of you watching the podcast, the behind the scenes, you're seeing us on Wednesday evening. The rest of you who are listening on AM and FM across the nation, you are listening to us on Friday at noon. Either way, we have an amazing guest. I just love this young lady. I mean, she is so talented. She's gifted. She's gorgeous. She's sweet. She always puts you in a good mood when you speak with her. Her name is Yasmine Elzomor, and she is just the most amazing person. She's a trailblazer, a visionary. She calls herself an alchemist. She's doing it all. And so when we come back, we're going to have a wonderful opportunity to chat and really get into some stuff with her and find out what makes her tick and how did she decide to do what she does and why does she do it. And so I'm so excited to bring her to you. And we will be right back with Yasmine Elzomor.
Dr.Tranquility Talks, conscious dating and relationships of all kinds. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Hi, I am Dr. Tranquility, and I want to tell you about my protocol, date therapy. It's been seen on BBC and The View and um, Fox and abcnews.com and so many other places. It's an inside out protocol. So if you're really trying to figure out what it is that you're looking for, maybe you're new to the dating game, perhaps you're back in the dating game after a breakup or a divorce, this is a protocol that helps you get in touch with your true desires, your wants. And it helps you to formulate a sort of guide on a subconscious level that you can then use with matchmakers and dating sites and Tinder and everything else you want to use it with to really cut through the BS, yeah? Cut through all the extraneous stuff and just get to the core of what you're looking for and what your desires are. Date therapy. You'll find it on datetherapy.com. I am Dr. Tranquility. Stay tuned.
Oops. Okay. And so this gorgeous woman that you're seeing on your screen before you is Yasmine. And now we're bringing her in.
Hi, my love.
Yasmine, how
It's
are
been
you?
forever.
I know. It's been a long time,
I
and you have been a busy bee.
yeah, I've been doing so much, kind of like dabbling in all the areas of life and enjoying it, while I do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just so impressed. A visionary, an alchemist, a trailblazer, Gotham Magazine, hello, Life Coach Mag, Harness Mag, and RealLoveReady.com.
Yes. Yes, all the relationship
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, the juicy bits, right? Because
Mhm.
you are a certified relationship and intuitive life transformational coach.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I
And tell
that's
us,
my
tell
main
us.
passion.
Yes, I know. And you're so good at it too. You're very good with people. What was the impetus for you to get into this work? What was the motivating factor, the first thing that you realized and you thought, I want to be an influencer, and she's a big time influencer. On Instagram, I want to be an influencer, and I want to, help people. And how did you start?
Wow. I mean, my story goes way, way back. I actually started when I was 17. I got into modeling, so I kind of come from the fashion world,
Okay.
and I was just doing a lot of that. I worked at a boutique modeling agency in New York City as well. So I was able to see, so many sides of that realm, of that world. And I quickly realized, my dream was to become, an agent for a big time agency, and, also on the other side of that, continue modeling. But that dream quickly came to an end when I realized I wanted to do more.
Mm,
And I wanted to use my platform for something more, to help others rather than just to make it about me. I wanted it to make it about we instead.
right.
And, I as a kid, I always wanted to be a psychologist. I loved, learning about the human psyche, what makes people tick, why people act the way they do, their behavior, their patterns. And growing up, that was something that I was always like the therapist in my group of friends, and even family
Right.
members would come to me and I'd be like, this is so weird. I'm just a teenager. I don't really know much, but I'll hold space for you. I'll listen. And I love doing it because, again, I
Yeah.
love helping people. I love being there for others. And I can empathize with people's pain very deeply. So, at 21, I had a spontaneous spiritual awakening, and
Mm,
that's when things kind of started to happen for me. That's when I started
okay.
to see my passion clearly, and my path became so clear to me that I was in a relationship at the time, and as I was growing after having that awakening, I
Mm,
began really working on myself, my personal development, the all of it. I was really diving into myself and learning about me.
yeah.
And as I was learning, I realized I'm not in the right relationship. I realized like
Mm,
this isn't going anywhere. This is hitting a wall. And I knew, but it was so hard for me to detach from something that I had comfort in for 4 years.
yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
someone that I was friends with for like 3 years prior to dating. So it was very hard to detach from my ex at the time, but I realized if I wanted to continue growing, I really needed to take that plunge, no matter how
Yes.
painful it was, and to turn
Yeah.
that pain into power. And that
Mm,
was what fueled my interest in becoming a coach and helping other people do the same with their love lives and just, their lives in general.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. So
Thank
when
you.
you say that you're a intuitive life transformational coach and a relationship coach, what does that mean?
So for me, it's my approach is very different because the way I help other people is, I really teach them to tune into their own intuition by listening to mine. So I listen to what that person needs.
Yeah.
And then I let them know and I empower them to step into their own power, their own intuition.
Good.
And while also, like for example, I have a lot of clients that come to me and they're like, I want to manifest and attract the perfect partner. I want to, I want to have a healthy relationship. Like, how do I do that? So my approach to that is always learning how to transform your shadows and your own baggage so we can cut that pattern and we can attract the right partner for us. Because if we're manifesting from our wounds, then we're only perpetuating the cycle. So
Very
to
true.
me, yeah, so to me, that's an important part of relationship coaching and manifesting and
Mhm.
all these things, which are they're amazing tools. I mean, I love talking about that stuff. But if we're not honoring, our wounds and the darkness that we have, then we're
Right.
only going to attract the same thing.
Now let me ask a question that I know a lot of people have asked of me, but when you talk about the darkness, you're referring to the shadow self, correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right. Now what does that mean to you?
Oh my gosh, I know. I feel like the shadow self, that's such a buzz term nowadays. So the
Oh,
shadow is
it really
basically,
is.
it is,
It
right?
really
It's so
is.
funny how it's become so big in the mainstream, which I mean, it's
Stream.
great because people are more aware of
Hmm.
what that is and how to figure it out and how to, move through it. But to me personally, the shadow is the part of us that we deny. It's parts of
Hmm.
ourselves that we deny. It's the aspect that we don't want to look at. So it really has a lot to do with the negative emotions, or the emotions that
Okay.
we might not be comfortable with. For example, jealousy or envy or anger, emotions that we all feel, because we're human and it's okay. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with that. But when we accept that and we honor our flaws and our insecurities and our fears, that's when we integrate and we become whole. Because we're not
Yeah.
dishonoring these parts of ourselves. I feel like it's so important to do that.
It is important.
Yeah.
And if you continue to try to ignore it, it will surface.
Yeah.
It finds a way to present itself,
Oh, absolutely.
whether
It's
you
always
like
gonna
it
come
or
back.
not. And
Yes.
usually, if it's going to present itself, it's at the least opportune moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's always gonna come back. And it's, for me personally, it's happened so many times. It's like, hey,
Hi,
your shadow
welcome
comes out
back.
like, acknowledge me, because I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
popping up. So it's very important that we face that.
Yes. It's
Mhm.
fundamental, I think.
It is.
So
It
you're
is.
doing so many other things as well. I mean, you help people tap into their inner power to live a life of freedom and love.
Mm.
When
Yes.
someone makes that statement, what does it mean to you?
So to me, it's really about, honoring ourselves as individuals and tapping into the inner peace that we all have. I think if there's anything I learned this year, it's, we all want to manifest all these external things, and that's great. That's amazing that we want to do that, but we kind of forget along this process of manifestation, and along wanting so many other things, we forget about our inner peace.
Yes,
Which is the foundation of everything. If we don't have that inner peace, it becomes harder to manifest our external reality and what it is that we want in our life. So to
it certainly
me,
does.
it's become so important, and it's become such a pillar in my approach to coaching, of helping other people be in touch with that inner peace. And that inner peace
Mm,
might look different to them than it does to somebody else.
somebody else. Yeah,
There's no
it's
comparison of
all
what that
select.
means.
It's
Yeah,
subjective. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. Wow, that's so great. Now, tell us about the Humanity Feels
Yeah.
podcast, darling.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to the podcasting world.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I love speaking. I love having other people on and talking about their stories. I think podcasts are so powerful because it's storytelling.
Hmm.
And through stories is how we heal and how we share and how we can
Grow.
connect and become more relatable with others. Like, people, I don't know, but
Hmm.
I feel so good when I hear someone's story, and it can help me because I feel like, oh, I can relate to that person. And it feels like
Yeah,
I can reach out to them, and they'll see me. They'll understand what
right.
I'm going through. So I've been doing this for about a year now. I started my
Yeah.
podcast last year, and it's been something that I like put my heart and soul into. I love it. It doesn't feel like work to me. It's just a way for everyone to stay connected, especially during these
Cool.
crazy times. Like
Yeah.
that's why I started it, was because I wanted to have a free platform where people can, be and feel supported and be seen, and connect with others that are like-minded. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what we try to do, and I try to do here on this show,
Yes.
bringing in all sorts of experts and different people. And I know we've had some really fun. We had Dr. Joe Vitale on. We've had Allison Charles on. We've had Amy Zerner and Monty Farber, who are the creators of Enchanted World and the Enchanted
Wow.
Tarot deck. She's the
Ooh,
illustrator.
that's
And that
awesome.
was
I
my
love it.
first tarot deck. So,
Oh, I love that.
so it was so much fun. They were on last week, and I was like, ah,
That's
just in
amazing.
awe.
Yeah,
Drool,
it's
drool.
amazing how many people you can connect with in this
It's
space.
incredible.
It is. It really is. It's such a blessing to
It
find like
is.
your soul tribe, to find people that you can, really get along with and talk to about these things. It's such a blessing.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's fantastic and it's fun.
Yeah,
It's so much fun to share.
exactly.
Um, it is, and to hear, to listen to the stories, and to find out what makes people tick, why they
Yeah.
do what they do,
Yeah.
and
Totally.
how they help others is so
Right.
important. And
Right.
so that's what you've been doing with your podcast. but you also are a mega influencer, Missy. She plays it off like you don't, but and she wouldn't tell you either. I didn't even know until I started seeing these things pop up, and then I went over and I looked at Yasmine's numbers. I'm like, my gosh! And then yeah, all these, and they're great things like that hotel and that wrap
Yes.
that you had on today. Who makes that?
Oh my goodness, it's such a good brand. It's called Termalove, and
Dermalove.
they make blankets, like weighted blankets and wraps with tourmaline infused crystals. So they use like,
Oh,
nanotechnology to like put in the cloths that in the clothing that they use, and it feels really good. It's just it's like
oh,
on your skin. It's like, oh, this is a great material, So I mean, it's
oh,
so
that's.
beautiful. I
It
love
was a
wellness
gorgeous
stuff.
color.
The
Yeah.
colors are they have so many beautiful colors. Like I love like standing up for brands and promoting brands that are small businesses and brands that need support, and just brands that have a lot of integrity and that
Hmm.
know why they're doing what they're doing. It's one of my favorite things to do, because I feel
Yeah.
like it's powerful working together, because when I rise, you rise. It's that kind of
Right.
mentality of we rise together. So, and it
Right.
feels so good to be able to be in that space.
It does, and it's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's a fun space. I'm not really in it. A lot of people have told me I should get into it.
Yes, I'm
How
telling
did
you
you get
too.
into it? Let me ask you that question. How did you
Yes,
get into it?
absolutely. So I actually, it's so funny. I never really had the intention of, getting paid for doing promotions and working with brands. I remember just starting to like post fun photos on my Instagram. Like that's really how it started, like going to restaurants and taking a fun photo of like the food I was eating, or if I had a really nice outfit, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do like an outfit of the day photo. So I would kind of do that, but it started off more for fun than it
Mm,
did with the intention of like getting anywhere with this. And
yeah.
then I remember my first ever brand collaboration. It's funny how I remember this was this brand called the Wet Brush, and it's like it's like a brush that detangles your hair, and it's
Oh
like
wow.
you can find it in Target and CVS and stuff. And they reached out to me and they said, we really like your brand, your content. And I was like, I don't know, I probably had like 3,000 followers at the time. So I
Hmm.
wasn't really, at that point where
Micro.
I thought I would get brand deals. I was like, oh, that's
Right.
interesting. And I didn't get paid money for it, but I got the product, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, yeah, I'll do a picture, sure. And I was like, I'll have fun with it. I'm already doing it for free.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
already buying
not?
the product. I might as well, get, this little product in the mail and just do it for fun. And that's really where it spiraled. It's kind of like that snowball effect. Like you start doing
Yeah.
brand deals and then other brands find you. And Instagram is such a pool where you can find
It is. Yeah.
different things and different people and different brands that you just never know who you come across.
You really can.
Yeah.
Because I've had some brands hit me up recently and ask
Yeah.
me if I wanted to do stuff, and I didn't really want to do what they were offering.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
said no, I declined. But I will
Okay.
I'm keeping one eye open in case I see
Yeah.
something that I like. Right now I'm just concentrating on the tips that I've been doing. And they're
Totally.
doing really well.
Yeah. I love
And thank you. And I had one the other day that I just filmed not too long ago. And everybody was yelling at me. They were saying I wasn't sexy enough. So I thought, all right, I'll show you. So I put on
that.
this top that goes, and I said, is that sexy? But you know what's funny? When I compared that video with a video where I was completely buttoned up, and
Right.
the difference was only a couple thousand
Wow.
in
Really?
terms of likes. So that just shows you that you don't have to listen.
It's
You need
true.
to do what you feel comfortable doing and
Yes. That's the
stay.
key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And
It's
then
doing what feels
everything
right to
else
you.
comes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's really the key for life. Just do what works for you. You don't have to be the same as everyone else.
No, no.
You
And
know?
that's something that like I used to be so hard on myself with, because I would see people doing certain things and I had like extreme comparison of like, oh, other people are doing this. Should I be doing that too? You know what I mean? And wanting to do things that other people were doing, but it didn't feel right to me, because even when I did it, I was like, this isn't something that lights me up. So I've learned
Right.
so much to really be in tune with what is it that lights me up. Like I will know. Nobody else will know that. Only I will know that. So I need to
Yeah.
honor that, and I need to have integrity and walk with that, and knowing that like whatever it is that I have to do will come my way. I will feel it. My body will tell me like, yes, this is a full body yes, or no, this doesn't feel right to me, at least not right now, you know?
Right.
So I've
Yeah.
learned to be okay with that. And I've learned to not take people's criticism or what people had to say personally, like
That's a
it
big
doesn't
one.
matter. That's a big
That's a
one.
big
Yeah.
one. That's a
That's a
hard,
big
it's a
one.
hard one
It's
too.
hard.
And
Oh my God.
it's so cool that you got it so young, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
came to it more recently. For
Yeah.
most of my life, I was bothered by what
People's
people would
opinions.
say. And then I thought, finally, one day I was just like, wait a minute, this is where this person is.
Right.
It's where they're coming from. It's
Right.
based on all the information they have.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even if they mean well, they're not you.
Yes.
So,
Oh my God. I love that, my love. That
you
was
know,
beautiful.
so
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, I love
yes.
that. It's tough. And I still struggle with it. I'm not, I haven't gotten it off course on. We're all human. But
Yeah.
I still find myself like getting very triggered or very upset when someone says like, oh, why don't you do this? Or why aren't you doing it this way? And it's like, oh my God, let me do it my way,
Well,
because I
it's
know
funny.
best
If
for
you
myself.
start, one
Yeah.
lesson that I learned is that if you start doing what everyone else suggests, you come off your own mark, your own spot where
Right.
you were comfortable and you were standing, and you lose who you are.
Yeah.
And you end up not pleasing them anyway,
Yeah.
because they're upset because, this Joe Schmo said you have to do it this way. And then Cindy Lou said you have to do it that way. And then Joe is upset because you're doing it the way Cindy wanted you to do it. And then Cindy gets upset. And before you know it, you're in this cyclone
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
rubbish,
Yes, it's true. It's true.
just
And you
trying to
get lost.
please everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, you get lost and then you're like, wait a second. And then you feel resentful because
Yeah.
you're like, damn, I didn't even want to do that in the first place. Like, why did I even agree to that? Or why did I say yes? So yeah, it's that whole people pleaser in us that is so
Yes.
programmed from such a young age of saying yes and like feeling fear of saying no or standing your ground or saying, I just don't want to do it. You don't even have to
Right.
explain yourself. If it doesn't feel right, just say no.
Say
But it
no.
can be so hard to do that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know. But it's good to get the hang of it. So tell us about fan pick. What is that? .com.
So that is basically it's like I guess you could say it's talent management kind of thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah. So I recently, which I'm so excited about, but I recently got told that they would manage brand deals for me and all that stuff, which is a
Oh,
big
wow.
step. It's a big step,
That's
and like
huge.
yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, of course I'd love to do that, and like they can work and negotiate certain brands for me. So that's exciting because
That's
I do so
exciting.
many things, and it's so
That's a
hard
big
sometimes
step.
for me to put all my energy in one place when I have like three other things that I have to like do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Like
it's
a
nice to
podcast,
outsource. Yeah, it's totally nice to outsource.
which takes more. It's a lot. I think a lot of people jumped on the podcasting bandwagon,
Yeah,
but it's going to be interesting to see how many people are still there in about a year, because
agreed. It
it's
is a
a
lot.
lot more work
Yeah,
than, I've been doing podcasts now for 11 years. I started on Blog Talk,
right,
and then I went to FM radio,
right.
and then I went back to podcasting, and then I went to AM radio,
Yeah.
and now I'm doing both.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot more work than people realize,
Totally agreed. Yeah, it's
but
just
it's fun.
hard to keep up with it. Yeah, if it doesn't feel right to people and they're doing it with a different intention, then
Hmm.
it might not be something that they they stick with for the long run. So it really has
Exactly.
to be something that again is a full body yes for you to be consistent and feel like this is something I love doing and I want to do and I want to continue doing.
And
So it'll be
when the yes is
yeah,
there. When it's a yes.
yeah,
You can feel it even before the question. You
yeah.
feel like yes energy,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I
that
know
really
exactly what you're talking
positive,
about. Yeah.
peaceful kind of I'm in the groove
Yes,
energy.
exactly.
That's
Also,
so
I
cool.
love that you said that, my love, because also based on your own, I guess you could say like your own visions and your own imagination, like when we're sitting there in a state of calmness and we kind of start going into our heads. I feel like I do this. I don't know if other people do this, but we go into our heads of like what we want to, what we see our future like, you know, or what goals we want to hit or what things we want to do.
Definitely.
We subconsciously know what we want, so that starts kind of playing out in our heads, and
Mhm.
that's that energy, that's where it's telling you put that energy in that direction, you know,
Yeah,
like if that's
it's
a
so
goal,
true.
clearly it keeps coming up, then that's where you have to put your energy. So like
Yeah.
you said, you already know subconsciously with that yes energy or no energy.
No, it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
even in my practice, in addition to the mind body medicine, I'm also a hypnotic anesthesiologist as well as a therapist. And I
Wow.
think
You do so many things
that
too, I love
it's,
it.
and I think everyone should learn a little hypnosis
Yeah.
just to check in with the subconscious periodically and make sure that you're
Mm.
balanced. I know when I'm
Mm.
feeling like I'm out of whack, it usually is something to do with the fact that I'm not in alignment with my subconscious goals.
Yeah, totally, totally, and it tells
And
you.
yeah, and
Mm.
there's a push pull, push pull, push pull going on inside of me. And I tell
Mhm.
that to my clients all the time, have you checked in with yourself?
Yeah.
Are you being real? Or
Yeah.
are you, blowing smoke up your own butt, which doesn't get you anywhere.
True, it's true, and I
you
love
know?
that. Are you being real? Because we could sit with ourselves and we could be like, "Yeah, I checked in, I'm fine," you know, but then we're not being honest.
No, it's like, I'm fine,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Like, "No, I did sit, I meditated, I
Ooh.
feel great, everything's good," and it's like, "Are you sure?" Or are you lying to
Fine
yourself?
becomes an acronym at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So, okay. So, did you have fun doing Gotham magazine? It
I
looked like it
did.
was fun. I bet it
I
was so
did.
fun.
Yes, that was super
I'm so
fun.
proud of you.
I thank you. I love. Yeah, that was a big one for me. I was like, "Oh, this is so exciting," you know, because like as long for me it's like as long as I'm getting press or I'm getting recognized and I'm making a difference, like that's really what matters is I want that to inspire someone, you know, to like
Yes.
move forward in their life. Um and I've learned so much this year about that, about like what am I doing for ego desires and what am I doing for soul desire? You know, because of
Mm,
course our egos get in the way and it's like, oh, I just want to be recognized just because, you know, I want attention or I want validation or I want love. But checking in with yourself and asking like, what's the point of this? Why do I want to be recognized? You know, is it to make a
right.
difference? Is it to bring, you know, excitement and inspiration into someone's life? Or is this purely just for me, you know, and like being
Hmm.
honest with yourself, and it's okay if that's the case, but being honest with yourself is really what gets you further in life with like all the opportunities that you get presented. So when I got
Yes, it's
presented
true.
with this, I was like, this is so exciting, you know, because not every opportunity feels like a yes, you know what I mean? So
Right.
this one felt like
Yeah.
yes, and it felt really good to do that and to follow through, and it was just a really fun time.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And that hotel you were at, which one was it in New York?
Was that the Park Central? Is the one that
Was it
I
Park
think that's the
Central?
one. Was it Park
Yeah.
or yeah, I think it was Park Central. Yeah,
The
I've
one
done
that,
a few. I've stayed at a few this year, like little
yeah.
staycations, and it's been really cool to get, you know, hosted by hotels and stuff, especially during this time. I feel like I've been needing to, you know, get away and do things without actually getting away, you know?
Yeah.
So that was such a big help in being able to like have weekends away and be able to be in my own zone to reset and do the things that we all need to be doing on the regular, you know. So
Right.
yeah, it was
No,
so
I think
fun. So
it
fun.
looked so great. I'm like, okay, where is she now? Let's see.
Yes, it was so fun. It was so exciting. And it's like right now I don't have any other one planned, but when I do, I will totally tell you and let you know.
Yeah. Well, I'll be there sitting
You'll
with
see
bells
it anyway.
on, cheering you on.
You're so cute. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'm a big time women's supporter. I mean, I was feminist before.
Yeah.
I've been feminist. I when I was in I was in fifth grade,
Wow.
and I staged a walkout of all the girls in my class
No
because
way.
our gym teacher was our health teacher,
Mm.
and he was punishing the girls and not the boys or something like that. And I said, that is sexist, and you can't do that.
Wow. From such a young age. I love that.
Yeah. So I've always been a real champion of
Love it.
women,
We need
especially
that.
women who are younger than I am, women who are older than I am, just
Right.
women in general who are getting it done, and women that
Yeah.
people can watch. And
Yeah,
look up to,
exactly.
like you. I mean, you're such a wonderful role model, and
Thank you.
just have people follow what you're
Totally.
doing
Oh,
so we
I
can
love
have
that.
more.
I love that. I feel
Yeah.
the same about women. I'm like, I love watching, women succeed and women do the thing that they want to do and own businesses and this and that, like that to me is just it's so powerful. It's so
It
magnetic
is
too.
powerful.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really powerful.
So powerful for sure. Yeah.
It's
And it feels
wonderful.
so good. Hmm.
And last but not least, or not last but not least, shop studio manifest. I
Yes.
feel
That's
like I
my,
got to know you doing research because I came up with things that are like, I didn't know she did this.
I love that. Yes. That is my latest project.
Okay, so
And
tell us
that's,
all about it so we
yeah,
can
that's
support it.
launching. That's launching very soon, probably in the next couple weeks, actually. So yeah, I'm happy that we're talking about this now. Perfect timing. But it's my jewelry. It's my jewelry brand. It's a little, jewelry brand that I've been wanting to do for so long. And imposter syndrome would always come up, and it's like, yeah, but you wouldn't succeed in that. You would, you don't know how to run a business. You don't know how to do this, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I'll learn. you know,
Those
that's how much
negative,
is
loud
about.
voices.
Yes, and the chatter is so loud sometimes, and it's like the perfectionism gets heavy too. Of like, if you don't show up this way, then it's not going to succeed. So I've had to like, move through a lot of those blocks and that inner chatter. But I'm so excited now because I've set it up. There's this really cool website. It's called Piedra, and it's like a warehouse, right? And you can like creators and influencers can create their own business, which I love that these things
Oh,
exist now, because it makes it so much easier to create your own thing and to have your own line of products. And it could be anything. It could be clothing, jewelry, home decor, candles, whatever floats your boat. But it's it's such a good site. I totally recommend that to anyone who wants to start their own business and wants to just play
yeah.
around with that. Super amazing. And they take care of everything. They take care of the shipping, fulfillment. You take care of the setting up, like the Instagram and the website and the creativity part. And it's
That's the
just,
fun stuff.
that's the fun stuff. Exactly. Exactly. So you don't really have to worry about everything else, like returns and stuff. It's all the warehouse takes care of that, which is so
Right.
amazing because it gives you time to really focus on your flow and what it is that you want to create. Um, so I had the name in my head, and I was like, something I really love and I'm so passionate about, and it just sounds very like fashion meets spirituality, so that was really what I wanted, and Studio Manifest felt like it was a really good
Oh,
balance of the two. Yeah.
I love it. I love that that's what you're
Thank
doing.
you. Yeah, it's exciting. It's
It's
just,
exciting, and I'm excited to see the line. I'll have to buy some jewelry.
oh, I can't wait. I'm totally gonna send you some pieces, and you're gonna
Oh,
love them.
good. Well, I'll wear them on Instagram,
Oh yes, I can't wait. I love it.
and we'll tell everyone where I got them.
Yes, you'll start the influencer stuff with me, and then
Yes, there you go. There you go. Well, is there something you'd like to share or to leave the audience with? Because we actually have a pretty big audience. We're currently streaming on YouTube and
fun.
Twitch
Okay.
and
Wow.
YouTube and Twitch and D Live.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
is there
Big
anything
audience.
that you would like to let people know about?
I just want to say thank you guys for, watching, for joining, for just being here. I love talking to you, and I love like connecting and helping other people and inspiring in any way that I can. And
Mhm.
hopefully this chat was helpful and motivational and just good overall for others to listen to. So thank you
Well,
so much,
we've
fellas.
put. Oh, thank you, love. I miss you. I miss the assemblage.
I miss it too. I know. I was thinking about it the other
And I
day.
keep waiting for someone to start a similar community, and it doesn't
Yes.
quite
Yes.
happen.
It,
So
it
we're
might
going to
have
have
to
to.
be us that starts it.
I know. You know what? I just might do it because I miss it that much.
Yeah, honestly, I miss it too. And I was talking to Donalyn the other day,
Oh,
and
she's so sweet.
she's amazing. She's so sweet, and she also said the same. She's like, I know, I miss it. Like, it's so sad that that's no longer a thing. I just remember, meeting with everyone there, and it was so fun.
It was,
So
even if
fun.
it's done virtually,
Yeah,
at
totally.
first, just
Right.
to get the community back together. get the
Yes.
band back together.
Yes, that's smart. That's really smart. Especially now, people probably feel better, at home first and then moving
Yes.
into actual physical spaces. So
Yes. All right, love.
thank you so
Yasmine
much, beautiful.
Elzomor, everyone. The beautiful Yasmine. We thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
You'll find her on Instagram at Yasmine Elzomor. That's probably the best way to start, but you can also Google her, and pages and pages and pages come up. We're going to be
Yes.
watching to see what you're doing. We're going to look out for the jewelry line. That is fantastic. I'm so excited. And I'm just so grateful and feel blessed that you could be here with me.
Oh, me too. Likewise, my love. Thank you for holding the space and for having this platform. You're amazing.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no
No, I
worries.
will, darling, I will always hold space for you.
You're amazing.
You can come by and tell us anything that you got going on.
Yes, I love that. I love you.
Think of us as your fan squad.
Yes, I love it. And I'm here for everyone too. So
Okay. Love you. Talk with you
love
soon.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Yasmine Elzomor. She is amazing. She is a very young woman and she's getting it done. Check out her Instagram and you'll just be so impressed and so happy. And there's so much going on. I am Dr. Tranquility Lydia. And right now we are going to bring in Lauren Michaels Harris, who is going to tell us how in 10 minutes he can change our lives. Hello, Lauren Michaels Harris. How are you, darling?
Awesome. How are you, Dr. Tranquility?
I am.
Are you
Good.
Are you tranquil?
I am tranquil. I am really
Nice.
tranquil. You know what I did just before I went on air? What my sponsor, I'm always doing this. I can never find the camera. My sponsor, LFTD Infused Teas, who's a
Oh,
wonderful, wonderful sponsor. She's makes these amazing infused teas, some with THC, some with CBD, some with or without alcohol. They're
well, speaking
really,
of
really good.
alcohol, when you held that bottle up, the light was
I
reflecting
know.
off the label. So for a second there, I thought it was Jack Daniels.
No. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Looks
So I
great.
took a sip, so I am just
All right.
totally feeling my tranquility.
Wow.
Amazing.
I know what I want for Christmas.
Well, and you may very well be getting it, darling.
Wow. That's nice. Well, all righty then.
LFTD for everybody.
There you go.
All right, so I'm going to step off screen and let you take over.
Okay. Control freak that I am, I'll go for that. I'm kidding.
I know you.
Listen, hi everybody. So glad to be back. Welcome to 2 Minutes to Change Your Life here with Dr. Tranquility. And today I thought it'd be interesting to talk about the holidays. Now, when we say holidays, a lot of people automatically go to Thanksgiving, Christmas, of course. Well, yeah, but we are in a holiday season right now, especially me, because this week is my wedding anniversary week. That's right, this Thursday. I will have been married 4 years to my everything, together 6. And I remember 10 years doesn't seem that long, really, when you look at it in the big picture. But 10 years ago, I was all alone, thinking it would never happen. I was spending, holidays alone, and it started getting depressing right about now. So, because Halloween was coming up, and I never was a big Halloween party goer, but I started thinking about that when I was single, and I was like, well, what a great place to potentially meet people. We're in costumes, everybody's having a great time, guards are down, it's not so judgy, right? So I started going out with friends to Halloween parties. There's always some prize for best costume or whatever, but you can just meet people where they can be who sometimes they can't be when they're not with the mask, if you know what I mean. It's the beginning of removing masks. That's why I liked it. So anyway, what that did was it helped me meet people. So at least when we moved into the holiday season, known as Thanksgiving, and if you don't have family to go to, or if you go to families, you go to places where everybody's with somebody, it starts getting to you. I get it. It was me. So what I started doing was either taking a vacation during that time so that I could go and just have fun. You'd be shocked at how many singles get out there and hit the beaches and things in holidays because of that very reason. I found out when I became one. Met great people, but still wasn't where I met my everything. However, it helps explain the story. So then you go into Christmas, this, that, and the other. This is the time where you start planning now. Now, Christmas is coming. You can get through Thanksgiving, you can get through Christmas, but you know what? You want to have a date for New Year's Eve. It's just a fact. We do. Everybody gets depressed if they're not kissing somebody or watching the ball drop with someone. No one wants to do that by themselves, really. So listen, all I'm saying is this. Know your territory. Know what you're trying to do in order to start the year where you want to start as far as your romantic life. So start now making great decisions. Place yourself in places where there's great opportunities. Go to a Halloween party, even if it's not your thing. You'll meet people who are just being who they are and someone else already right there at that same time. So that's already off the table. You might just get a second date. Then moving into the holidays, if it's not going to work and you're going to get depressed and blah, blah, because of what we talked about, maybe go someplace where a lot of singles go during the holidays. Hit the beaches. You just might be surprised at how nice it can be. Whatever you do for any of the holidays, those including Christmas and New Year's, just remember, every day that you are doing you is a celebration, is a holiday. So we don't need anyone else. If we spend all of our time just worrying about where Mr. or Miss Right is, we waste a lot of time becoming Mr. or Miss Right. So I just say this, for a person who thought that they were going to leave this world alone, for a person who thought that they were not wired for commitment, for intimacy, for a person who thought he had too many wounds, was too damaged from multiple occasions of abuse coming up in the foster system. I thought at 22, when I had a 6-week relationship, it was the best it was ever going to be. And for the next 33 years, it was all that there was. But then it took just one day, just one right turn, when I thought I would have gone left, for me to walk right into the relationship that everything was always about. So every time you have a date that breaks or cancels, every time you have one of those holidays where you go and you're flying solo, whatever it is, leave the betrayal, all the pain, all of the regrets. Don't have those. Let them go. Why? Because every single one of those things one day will lead you directly into the space where you'll find your everything. I promise you that, because it happened to me. And this week, I'll be celebrating my 4th wedding anniversary because I kept believing. So that's my bit for you today.
I love that. Happy anniversary, baby.
Yay!
Ring 2 bells.
I will. No, 4. 2, 3, 4. Right. And I found out today that the gift for your 4th wedding anniversary is fruit. Great. I mean, who came up with those,
sending
right?
You a year of fruit. Is that what's happening?
That's well, this is not paper like the first year. Isn't it paper for the first one?
Paper.
Yeah, that's money though.
Beautiful
Money
stationery.
Paper. Stationery.
Mm-hmm. Writing paper.
I like the money idea. You can always say love okay. Dr.Tranquility on a C note.
I like that even better.
But I hope that helps for the holidays. So Dr. Tranquility, who will you be? Do you have a special someone you'll be spending the holidays with?
I have someone that's there. And we like it like that for now.
Ooh, that's very ominous.
Well, I'm not in a place where I'm ready to receive a full-time, serious, committed partnership. The podcast is really starting to take off.
Yeah.
And then I have my practices taking off again. My PR, my little side boutique PR company, I'm picking up new clients. When?
Well, but you know what though? It's all the order in which we place things. Yet. So, and the thing is, guess what? When the time is right,
when I'm ready, I'll get in there.
It'll fit just like a hand to glove.
Yes. Well, I get my juice from watching people like you and Dr. Brian and all my friends who are partnered up and the love that they share. I'm very lucky. In all of my my intimate friendships or my intimate working relationships, the people who are partnered so well. And I'm so happy for them.
It's all about patience.
Yes.
I actually told the gods what I believe to be greater than myself right around 24, 25 years old. I really said this, seriously. I said, I already know with my limited experience and what seems like insurmountable trauma, I can still feel it in my soul that I know that I would rather spend the last 5 minutes of my life with my everything than all of the rest of my life with just anything. And of course, around 47, I was like, dang, they took me serious, And then the next thing you know, it happened. And the most beautiful part about it, about being patient and waiting, is that the moment it happens, there is no space between what was and what is. Everything becomes one perfect spot. And it just feels it's enough. It's more than enough. So it's just, I want
that
people to be encouraged.
you should be encouraged. When I say what I'm saying it because, guys, I'm not ready to get out there. When I am, I will find that person.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I will. And
Uh-huh.
hey,
You
tell
guys,
us
we're going to
about
do a
your new
special show
show.
with Dr. Tranquility right around Valentine's Day, I think. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I want to say this. You haven't lived Dr. Tranquility until you have your own bobbleheads on top of your wedding cake. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I've
Have a
been
great
married.
holiday, everybody.
No,
Happy
I've been married.
October and Halloween. Get out there and have fun. Are you going to dress up?
I'm thinking about it. I may go as Medusa.
Oh, well, good. Purge it. Right. Get it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Medusa, that's a lot of work.
No,
Unless you
I
buy
just
one big
found
head.
this fabulous costume, and that's why I'm saying I may go as Medusa.
And I know why, too, because Medusa gets to,
inspiration
come through the mist and stuff like that at all the parties. You're
with
going
the
to work it.
headdress and.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Hey,
we haven't even
before you
started
go, tell
considering
us
our
about your
costumes
new
yet.
show.
What's that?
Tell us about your new show on iHeart.
Oh, Cosmo Sapiens.
Cosmo Sapiens.
Yeah, 1
Cool.
week from this Sunday, which I don't know where my cat. Oh, here it is. Which would be so this is the 13th. Yeah,
This Sunday's
the
the
30th.
17th.
No, the
Okay.
31st, Halloween, 7 a.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Pacific. You can catch it on iHeartRadio. You just say, I Rock Space Radio, and they will take you to
I Rock Space Radio.
I Rock Space Radio on iHeartRadio. So, and the show is Cosmo Sapiens. And it's great because we're bringing together people that have just done so much to make space available for all of us, and people that have been in it for decades, and their dream, the way that they can envision and believe things that are so far beyond just things you can touch, is a really incredible experience. And the things that happen in their everyday lives while they're doing all these things that we read about and see on television. So just when it comes to the mindset and the spirit and what they report, things like the overview effect, and it's just when you start moving all the layers of the veil, people say two sides of the veil, but when the universe is involved, it's from top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner. And it's just a wonderful experience. I'm so excited.
I'm so happy for you. Well,
Thank
I will
you.
be listening, darling.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tranquility. Okay, and you guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks or so.
Thank you for being on.
My pleasure. Always an honor. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Be good. Bye.
Okay. So that was Lorne Michaels Harris, and he's doing really well. He's got his own show. Make sure you check that out. That is Sunday, the 31st, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. I Rock Space Radio on iHeartRadio. And you'll find him there, and it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to hear what he's going to do. He is always amazing. He's always pulling some new tool out of his tool bag. So tonight has been wonderful, and it's been amazing. And we are going to be back in just a few moments. And come on back and see us.
Hi, this is Liz and Elena from Two Swans. We teach people how to live healthier lives by using natural forms of healthcare. Are you lacking energy, having pain, trouble sleeping, or always under the weather? We have good news. We can teach you how to take control of your health using natural solutions. Just send us a message at info@twoswans.life. That's TWO swans.life to claim your free gifts.
I'm Hal Blattman, MD. Have you ever looked at your blood under a microscope, especially when it is fresh and still alive? With a dark field enabled microscope, we can tell things about the health of your cells, and we can see debris and evidence of disease. There are debris and yeast making your immune system struggle. Call and schedule your dark field exam today at the Blattman Health and Wellness Center.
Well, that is it for our show today. And next week, we're going to be doing an event. And those of you who missed Amy Zerner and Monty Farber of the Enchanted World, the designers of the Enchanted Tarot, she does beautiful clothing design for exclusively one-of-a-kind pieces for Bergdorf's and Goodman in New York and Neiman Marcus. And Monty is an intuitive and a reader and an astrologer and counsels people on finance and everything else, in addition to these decks of cards that they put together, which is just amazing. And I was so honored and blessed to have them. So we're going to bring them back for most of you who did not get to see them. And they'll be on next week. So I look forward to seeing you again. Well, I won't see you, but you'll be seen. And then I will be back the following week live. So I'm wishing you the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and be kind to each other and be good. Okay? Bye.